Everybody, it's your man KD Wilson, Student Success and Empowerment Speaker, and welcome to another episode of The Backpack Theory. Look, today is something that is really, it's a sore spot, but it's also a good spot. Today we're talking about how to balance family life and education. Family life and school. Now, we all know the world we live in is not a perfect world. Therefore, the families that we are a part of are not always perfect either. Some of us were blessed and highly favored to have awesome families with people that support us and are behind us 100%, and we know beyond a shadow of a doubt that we are loved. But some others, even like myself, didn't quite have the same type of upbringing. Things were a little bit rocky, if you will, turbulent, shaken up. Being 100% honest, it wasn't very good. I went through a hard time growing up. And like a lot of you out there, my parents split up when I was a little bit younger, around middle school, and I went through some really rough seasons. My father wasn't really in my life, and that definitely took a toll on me. It did something to how I saw myself. It did something to how I saw the world. And there are a lot of you out there right now that you are just like me when I was in your spot. But I'll tell you this, things may not always get better, but you can. Did you hear what I said? I'm not going to promise you it's going to be okay. I don't know that. I can tell you this though, you will be okay. Why? Because you can't always change your situation, but you can always change your perspective, your actions, and how you respond to that thing. So, what am I getting at? I want you to know that you are not invisible. That you may be going through some hard times just like I did. You might have bouts of depression just like I had. You might be insecure just like I was. You might be afraid. You might be nervous. You might be prideful. Those are all really just branches off of a tree. You know, somebody said that if you really want to get rid of the apples, don't just cut off the branches, rip out the root. And I'll tell you this, as much as it hurts, sometimes you have to dig down into those places in your life that you don't really want to go to in order to get rid of those things that are really messing you up. I'm not talking about getting rid of people. I'm saying that if you're going to be your best, you got to be able to deal with the truth. And sometimes the truth hurts. And for a lot of you young people out there right now, a lot of my students in middle school, high school, and college even, you're struggling. You're struggling just like I was. You're fighting to stay above water. You're just trying to keep your head up. You're putting on that smile every day. You're coming in, you're acting like everything's okay, but you know it's not. You're doing all the work, turning everything in. Do you know why? Not because you just really love turning everything in on time. It's because it keeps you under the radar. It keeps you from popping up and people seeing that, you know what? He or she might have a little more going on than they really let other people see. But that's okay. You don't have to be open and vulnerable to everybody. But I do want you to know, again, you are not invisible. You're not by yourself. You're not alone. I mean, there are hundreds of thousands of people, even me, that have been through what you're going through right now. And I want you to know that you can balance those two things. But you got to go ahead and take account for what happened. You got to take account. You got to go ahead and look at the truth that something hasn't always been the best. And in doing so, you fight through it. You work through it. You find that solution. Whatever it takes, you find it. Why? Not because you want to get revenge. Not because you want to do harm to someone else or even yourself. No, that's not it. It's that you're worth it. You're valuable. Priceless even. You are literally the only one like you that we have in the entire world. If we don't have you anymore, what do? There is no replacement. So I know that school and family life don't always match up. You're frowning and feeling sad in a dark place in one time, and you're smiling and going along with your friends and stuff at school in another. But when you're able to bring those two things together and be the same person all the time, you will find out that your life has so much more value, so much more purpose, so much more worth. So find that balance, find that medium, whatever it takes. And hey, do me a favor, send me a message, kd@imkdwilson.com. I'll respond to you by email or find me on social media. Instagram, I am KD Wilson. Twitter's I am_KD Wilson. And Facebook is I am KD Wilson 1. We all make mistakes. But you know what? You are not a mistake. Did you hear what I said? You are not a mistake. You were born on purpose, with purpose, and for a purpose. Act like it. It's your man KD. Thanks for tuning in to the Backpack Theory. We'll see you next week. Take care. Peace.